everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kat. In my many videos, I explain with you if you want to be a consultant, what type of research are there, what the team structure looks like. However, one big thing that I have not mentioned if you want to get into consulting is networking. A lot of people found this very intimidating. However, networking skills apply to all other industry jobs that you want to apply, even in academia if you want to pursue a postdoc or later become a faculty. Networking is so important. That's how you meet new people, establish your network, and make an impression on potential future colleagues, future HRs. It is a very critical step for your next job. In case you're wondering why some people can just get the job easily, I hope this video can help no matter you want to apply for consulting or any other positions of your interest. Before we start, if you have been watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel so I can provide you more content on the topics of your interests. But if you're new here, I'm Catherine. I'm a PhD currently working in healthcare consulting. So on my channel, I share with you my consulting life experience as well as alternative career options for advanced degree holders such as PhDs, MDs, JDs, etc. So if you want to learn more about these contents, please subscribe to my channel and leave any of your comments below or suggestion of your videos. Then I will definitely dedicate videos to address these questions. So without further ado, let's dive in. So if you're scratching your head right now, how to do networking, why I cannot get an interview for the job of my dream, it is most likely that you didn't do networking correctly. For example, in management consulting, there are deadlines that certain companies accept all the applications, right? Here's the typical timeline. And as you can see, typically the deadline is in summer, right? And it is around July, August, when, from my experience as well, pretty much finish the resume and cover letter submission. And before that, there are summer programs tailored to college graduates as well as MBA and PhDs. And those are typically starting in summer. So you have to submit your resume by April typically. So they have time to screen an interview for you to attend the summer program. And then before that, how do you get into a summer program? You need networking, right? I think this video is important at this time of the year because you have to start networking. There's no such thing about too early to network, okay? You should be networking all the time. You should seize every opportunity to expand your network, to talk to any person from the firms that you want to apply. And there are so many different opportunities for you to network. I don't have to stress anymore how important networking is, but just from some stats I heard from multiple firms, at least 80% people get screened out at interview stage, meaning that 80% people don't even get a chance to be interviewed, okay? So it is critical to get an interview. How do you do network, right? People think it is just, oh my God, I don't really know how to network. Like I'm terrified when I talk to people. Well, first of all, you probably should reassess if you should pursue consulting or other customer-facing, client-facing roles, right? But second of all, I personally think everybody can be trained to talk to people, right? Nobody are born as a talker, and probably there is, but I'm just saying most of us were not born as a talker, a natural blender into various groups of people. But if you want a job, you just gotta learn that. So in order to do that, there are a couple of different steps. So I personally just divide them into 3 different stages, okay? So first will be the preparation step. Before you network, you have to prepare. So just give an example. Currently, I'm sure probably all of you are using LinkedIn right now to reach out to people. So your LinkedIn profile is critical because that is people's first impression instead of you as a human being. It is your LinkedIn profile. So you really want to make your LinkedIn profile stand out among the group, right? So there are a couple different things you should do. So for example, if you go to any people's LinkedIn profile, Here I'm just taking a screenshot of a random person. First is the headshot, okay? Your headshot has to be professional. You cannot do like this, like all different weird things, okay? And it is not your social media profile, so you want to be professional. It should be a clean, well-groomed headshot. And then move forward, you want to have well-written LinkedIn profile as well as different level of experiences. Be exhaustive. Do not be shy on presenting yourself. So that is pretty much the key of preparation. And how you can learn this? You go to those people that you know, right, from the firms that you want to apply, which is very easy. You just type that company that you want to, join. You go to the LinkedIn. There are probably hundreds of people in different firms in consulting, right? Just learn from these people's profile to see how they actually write out their experience, how they quantify their achievements, write a nice summary paragraph. That is it, okay? You don't have to spend that much time on this, but it is a critical piece before you reach out to any people that you would like to join their network. LinkedIn is just one of the examples, but if you are, for example, going to in-person networking events, then you might want to prepare a resume of yourself. You should think and prepare for yourself what should be the most appropriate presentation of yourself before networking, okay? So here comes the step 2, which is the most critical part of the networking. You reach out to people on LinkedIn. That is one option, probably really popular right now during the COVID time. So how to draft those letters are important. Here I'm giving you an example. It should be short and clear subjects, and with the content to introduce yourself and highlight your experience and express your intention. For example, if you want to ask for a follow-up call or a coffee chat, and in the end, thank them for their time. So here, for example, here we say, Mr. Blah Blah, I'm currently a PhD student at blah blah, and I want to, pursue a career in consulting. I'm reaching out to see if you will be available for, 10 minutes over the coming weeks to discuss your transition to consulting as well as your experience working in the blah blah office. So that is a good email, short and sweet, right? Which is the main focus of step 2 of my video. Is called informational interview. Most of you probably heard of this phrase already. It is a brief phone call chat with the person that you would like to network with, discussing questions that you have and ask them to share experience, which is pretty much the follow-up of that LinkedIn email, right? Why is the informational interview really important is because, these consultants, they might get a lot of emails, those LinkedIn emails, over time. There are many people, but if you actually schedule a call with them, that's potentially make them remember you. And if you have some unique experience, share with them over the phone call, they will remember even better. It is important to put yourself on top of that pile of the resume if you talk to the HR or if you talk to the consultant. Just in the last couple of months, I've probably already talked to 5 to 6 people. So first, from what I've said, you can tell that consultants are willing to help other people to get into consulting, because in my video about career advancements, we don't really compete with each other, right? We all help each other because the consulting structure is flat. So I don't have to, compete with you to fight for a manager position. If both of us are good, we can all get promoted, right? So why not help you along the way to get into consulting if you're qualified? And then we all just progress, like, why not, right? So one thing I want to highlight here is a couple people reach out to me asking for referral, okay? So I want to clarify here that referral is a little bit difficult unless I have worked with you. If I only talk with you over a phone call, and it's like 10, 15 minutes or even 30 minutes, I can't really know how good you are to be a future consultant, right? That is why before you reach out to people that you don't know, you should first explore among your friends who are working consulting, who are potentially going into consulting, so they can potentially give you a referral in the future because they know you better than I do, for example. So they can give you a referral. Referral process is really fast and really can, just hand you an interview very early if you are in a rush. That being said, you can always ask for a referral. Everybody has different standards of who they refer. So potentially there are people who are willing to give you a referral, which is definitely a good deal. But I'm trying to tell you that don't be upset if the people that you reach out to saying that I cannot give you a referral. It is totally reasonable because they don't know you that well, right? To prepare for the informational interview, you should first get ready for some questions that are expected. For example, I always ask, why are you interested in consulting, right? Like, why are you interested in our company? So these questions, which would be asked during your actual interviews as well. So please prepare them early before the informational interview, so you can actually give a good impression for whoever you talk with. Also, a second point I want to stress, but I also don't want to put pressure on people, is find a place that is quiet with good signal. Because it happened to me once and twice that the other person who reached out to me to ask for an informational interview was like driving, was noisy. It just makes me a little bit uncomfortable. It could be just me, right? Of course, but at least since you're asking for a favor, at least you should respect the time of the other person. So I was in a room, I was very ready to share my experience with that person, and then the other person was running around, and you can hear, right, them breathing. So it just makes that other party, of course me, or another person you reach out to in your ideal company, a little bit uncomfortable, okay? So just prepare yourself in a quiet room with all the questions you already have answered to, and then conduct those informational interviews. You never know what you can learn from these informational interviews. It's important, right, to use this informational interview opportunity to get yourself on top of the pile of that resume list if you really want to get into consulting. But second of all, you can also figure out if you like consulting or not. Companies are selecting what is best for them. You're also selecting if you fit into the consulting industry, right? Great. Okay, so step 3 is very simple. So after you conduct the information interview, you should follow up. If you really want to get into consulting, of course. But even not, I think it's a nice gesture. You say, thank you so much for your time. I really learned a lot. It can be just really simple 2 sentences, right? So that shows that you appreciate their time, make you feel good, make them feel good, why not? It literally could just take you 5 minutes, right? And I think most people don't really do the step 3. They just finish the phone call and say, thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. And bye. Somebody don't even say that, okay? Just please do, okay? And then they stop. They don't really have follow-up. So I personally think if you can follow up, there'll be a great ending for your whole networking process. And you just do it once, do it twice, and repeat. That is pretty much the way how you can expand your network and finally get an interview of that ideal job, right? Great, that is all for today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed my 3 steps tip for networking. So prepare, execute, and follow up. That is simple step, and repeat again, repeat 100 times if you have time, right? At least for me, I enjoy talking to people, and I'm sure most consultants do. So please don't be afraid, reach out. And as I shared on that timeline, now is the perfect time to reach out and talk to people, especially after such a long time of COVID. People are dying to talk to you, okay? Please be prepared, and good luck if you are applying this year for consulting positions. I wish all of you good luck, and please let me know if you have any questions regarding to the application process or other questions regarding to consulting. I will definitely address in my future videos. I hope you all like this video. I will see you in the next one.